Hey, you're alive. When I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe? So... Well, it's nice to meet you. And what's the last thing you remember? Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for. There are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise there's no way I'm leaving without him. What I mean is, if you can do that, I can get both of you back to... Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy, I just... What do you want to know? Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent... Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you. All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen. You're welcome. Always happy to help. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is. Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. You really don't remember? We're in Italy. What am I, an idiot? Great. So you're... Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns. Oh, and he left this here.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise." The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place. Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or a warning. Al Worth.
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. In here, there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now, and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. No, you know, not... That's all right, friend. We sort of lose track of the date down here, but it feels like the beginning of spring to me, so It's 817 AUC. Sorry, you look confused. CE? No idea what you're talking... But listen, most folks seem a bit confused. You seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So, let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll... Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden... It's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking him to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her, if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Ah, don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Galerius, you're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please. Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the golden rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way.
Malleolus isn't receiving visitors at the moment, it being election day. Her name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus, you go through me. Why? Because I am a gladiator. You want to see me fight? Keep running your mouth, fatuous cunners. Whatever. Just remember. Hey, Horatius. How's it feel knowing your man's doomed to lose the election today?
If you're trying to goad me into an argument, it won't work. I'm a stoic, remember? If I find out you did something to that poor sweet girl, not even the golden rule is gonna protect you. Got it?
As if I'm afraid
What now?
All right.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago. Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights. Nor could I, until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is if even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid. And now it seems that all that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away. An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire, and we must honor the peace of the gods. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries. Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civil... Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years, we have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin. When our people are starving, they are given food rations. And when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilt. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barb. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous, and I would be keeping a close eye on them. You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can... And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that... 2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please, tell me, in your time, what did you... I have imagined it, our downfall, 1,000 times. But... Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. As for me, well, it pains me to say the people here would only... All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some case, in this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future? I assumed that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual... Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for. Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you... What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. Me? Why would you suspect me? I've just told you. I'm about to What reason could you possibly have to I'm glad you think so. Without trust, without each other. If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself if you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the Golden Rule. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the Golden Rule? Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come... Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not...
Ugh, this place has become a thoroughfare.
Citizen?
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
Are they? A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? I'm quite sure it's the work of the gods, which is strange because they've never been... We asked for blessings, but here it seems that I find myself reminded of an especially pertinent... Would you like to hear it? I suppose so. Jupiter and Mercury put a town to the test by disguising themselves as vagrant. Everyone turned them away and then wiped that town. Some say the moral of that story is that we must all honor the sacred rituals of guest friendship, but I like to think it's that we should always show compassion. I'm pleased to hear it. It must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and... Why do you ask? All of the male citizens who are willing and able to attend, unless they're running, of course. Well, you're not a citizen yet, so no. But if it's any consolation, there are... By using whatever gifts the gods gave you. No. Certainly. I don't, I'm afraid. It seems to me we're exiled here. See you again.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth, and I knew Decius had some at his market stall right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that anywhere else I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on, and now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath. Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour, and I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen, because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that Jeanette. Well, come back if you get sick or injured. Day or night, I'll do what I can.
Wonder how much one of these statues is worth on the outside. Salve, stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Dacius. Terrible shame what happened to Yulia, but we just have... I'm afraid not. If you're desperate, I did hear that Aurelia down at the tavern claims to know of a way out, but I'm not sure I trust her. Some people here are a little shady for my liking. Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii. That's hardly my concern. But if you get a job, work hard and save your coins, you should be able to afford it within, say, 5 years? Oh, it's perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave it. Hear what? You sure you're feeling all right? If you're hearing things, perhaps you should pay a visit to Lucretia's clinic. She claimed the statue was whispering to her. Nobody else could hear it. Then she shut herself in the palace and we never heard from her again. But I digress. Do you want this Silphium or not? Well, if you did that, you'd break the golden rule, and we'd share the same fate as the last lot who lived here. Is that what you want? Don't you dare. Ah, back. Very well. Wonder how much one of these statues is worth on the outside. Hey, Virgil, how much would you want to make me a bow?
For the last time, Dacius, I'm not making you a bow.
But why?
You know why.
But how am I going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon?
There are no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
Ugh.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.